and bachata is evolving. We're helping it evolve, and I'm like, you're not helping shit. All right, welcome to the first episode of my podcast, and I got this dumb nigga here.
That's how we started. That's how we started. I see what it's gonna be.
Nah. Welcome to the first episode, the Gadiel show, but I'm thinking about changing it to Hablando Mierda. Y hoy aquí estamos hablando mierda con mi pana fool. Like, this guy is big, my road dog, right hand man. This motherfucker has been having my back like from day one.
From day one.
Marquez.
Thank you.
Appreciate
you.
Let's put an applause.
There you go. There we go.
Welcome to the hood. Also, I live in the hood. We're shooting this in my house.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear ice cream trucks.
Yeah, gunshots.
Sirens. But it's perfectly safe, y'all. For me, for them, they don't know them. So...
No, he almost got robbed the other day, for real.
Yeah, somebody would try to break
Try to jump into the truck.
They tried to break into my car, and the guy tried to break into my house, and I was like, yo, what are you doing? And my man looked at me and said, I'm trying to get the keys to the Jeep.
Yeah. What'd you tell him?
Este tipo un descarado.
What happened when you walked out there, though?
I grabbed my gun, and I was like, yo, this dude's going through my Jeep.
That's the best part of the story right here.
I walked out, and I was like, yo, you need to leave my property right now. And he looked at me, I can't believe you walked out here with a gun. I'm like, you got a gun, and I don't even have a gun. And I was like, he has a point here, huh?
You felt guilty?
I felt bad. I felt bad for he gaslit me. He gaslit me. That was smart. Like, he's like, you out here, you with a gun, and I don't even got no gun. And I was like, and I started feeling bad. And I was like, I am out here with a gun, and he doesn't have no gun, man. I said, why would I am out here with a gun? I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, wait, this motherfucker's robbing me.
Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology is great.
Crackheads be doing whatever it takes, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that shit.
Absolutely.
Just gaslight somebody while I'm like robbing them or some shit.
That's like if you get caught with another girl.
Yeah.
Oh, so you gonna believe?
Oh yeah, just gaslight. Oh, can you believe I'm here because you didn't pay no attention? That's what dudes be doing, though.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, and it works
every time.
I met a pimp that told me that he has a girl that loves him, right? Yeah. And then she caught him cheating, right? Yeah. And then she goes like, I can't believe you. What are you doing? You're cheating on me. What are you doing? He's like, you gonna believe me or you gonna believe your lying eyes? She's like, you right, baby.
Yeah, I think I know.
She was about to shoot him. She walked into the room. She had a gun, and she was about to shoot him. And he was like, what are you doing? She's like, I can't believe you did this to me. And he was like, you gonna believe what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I'm just working here. Or you gonna believe your eyes? And she was like, you know what, you're right, baby. I'm sorry. I was like, damn, that shit works.
That was like every Latino dad in the 70s and shit.
It will never work with a Dominican woman.
Never?
Never. Hell no.
I've only dated 2 Dominican women in my life.
You dated 2 Dominican women?
I dated 2 Dominican girls, yeah.
Damn. Any one of them broke your heart?
Bro, both of them.
Both of them? Yeah, they do that.
One right after another.
And then they took your bank account, huh?
No. Well, one of them I did spend some money on. I didn't catch her cheating.
Uh-huh.
But I did. You ever spend some money on somebody, and then they just I kept showing up for her.
Uh-huh.
But man, I could count on one hand the amount of time she cooked dinner for me, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry, I'm not into,
Where you met her? You met her out here?
Yeah, I met her out here dancing bachata.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. What? And she dances that Dominican bachata. She was none of that body roll shit.
Oh, she was doing the body roll.
That's disgusting.
She was doing the LA style.
Ugh.
Yo, for those who don't know, LA has a style of bachata that's not really.
It's disgusting.
It's the colonial. What is it? Colonized.
The
colonized version of bachata.
It's gentrified bachata.
Gentrified bachata.
Don't call that. People gotta stop calling it bachata.
Yeah, they gotta call it. I think they should call it Spanish bachata because they're the ones who created the style.
Nah, it's just whack chata. That shit is because it's whack, son.
Bro, it's a movement though, dog.
That movie is a trash movement.
Here's the thing though, because you got to consider, because look, bachata is from the DR, right?
Yes.
It's like music that's like
melancólico. Eso de corazón, de
blues.
corazón.
It's like Dominican blues.
Dominican blues,
yeah,
yes.
Dominican blues.
That's exactly what
it's
it is.
It's a good way to put it, right? But they always called it like música del patio, right? Like stuff that they would play like in the backyards and stuff. Romeo Santos and Aventura, they put bachata on the map in a bigger way than like Anthony Santos and.
But also before Romeo Santos, it was Juan Luis Guerra.
Of course.
Okay.
So, I mean, but they never had like that crossover pop factor. And then when Romeo and Aventura started doing it and they started adding and incorporating like R&B beats, hip hop beats, different instrumentation, synthesizers, they brought that to the mainstream, the Latin mainstream, right?
Yeah.
So that movement turned into something bigger than what it was just for the DR, because now there are bachata clubs in every major city all across the U.S. They have full-on festivals.
Yes. But the problem is that you go to these bachata sensual, which I hate the name sensual bachata.
Yeah, because bachata is
sensual already. Yeah. And when they be like, we're gonna play traditional bachata now. I'm like, what the fuck is traditional bachata?
Yeah, for you it's just bachata.
It's bachata.
Bachata is bachata.
And a lot of times I would like, as a Dominican, you gotta be like, yo, if you're gonna go to a party, they be like, yo, it's a bachata party tonight. We're like, what kind of bachata are we talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
right.
You gotta qualify it.
You gotta, yo, no, I man, and just walking into these places and I see these motherfuckers do these bachata moves, man. I walked in and I saw a girl just bent over the whole time, like.
Bro.
Oh, y había como tres así.
Come on. No. You know what? It's funny because, all right, so there was the two biggest bachateros that were like the most famous, right? Dancers, Ataca and Alemana. You know Ataca.
Yes.
You guys are homies, right? And they had a very
distinct style.
Very distinct style. But even their style was hated on a lot by Dominicans.
That's true.
Because Ataca's Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I think he's Puerto Rican or Cuban. I can't remember. But I think he's Puerto Rican. And then La Alemana, she's not Latin at all. She's like like German and African American, I would imagine. But they got huge on YouTube, right?
That's true. Dancing, I remember that.
Dancing bachata, right? To that extreme song. Those of you who know what I'm talking about.
I know.
So and then that movement became big, right? And then it hit Europe. And when it hit Europe, there was another dance movement called Zouk, right? That was getting real big. Zouk or Lamba Zouk. Used to be the Lambada, then that turned into Lamba Zouk. And then, so it's like, it has all these like crazy like body rolls, like rolling head movements, right? And the guys are continuing to go just like any other dance. So what ended up happening in Spain, there was a lot of couples that were dancing Zouk that fused the Zouk movements into bachata.
So basically, it's not bachata. It's actually zouk with these people.
It's a fusion. It's a fusion. It's just like everything evolves. Everything evolves, right? So it was a fusion of salsa moves. Like in LA, it was a lot of salsa fusing with bachata. Because salsa was big out here. Yeah. But in Europe, it was zouk and bachata that were fusing together. And then and there was this couple, Daniel and Desiree. They made this style, like the zouk bachata style. They made that super they went crazy viral, right? And then all of a sudden, for like, it was
they were the ones that fucked it up for everybody.
Honestly, they were, because for the first like 2 years, when people were learning the new style of bachata,
it was that style that they were learning.
Awful, yes, and it looked bad. Like you used to go to dance floors, and the first 2 years of the zouk bachata movement, bro, it like, you ever seen those dolls, those blow up dolls at the car, like the used car lot?
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it looked like, bro, for 2 years, bro.
Bro, I remember the first time I met a girl and I was like, yo, let's dance bachata. And no lie, I was like, yo, she was like, I know how to dance bachata. I was like, word? Girl, I'm Dominican. I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Shorty stood up and I'm going to show it. She stood up, bro. She went like this. I'm going to show it on camera para que la gente lo vea. She went like this.
Bro.
Yo, and then she started going like this. Yo quería matar esa tipa. Oh, what's going on here? This is the problem with Wachata.
Go ahead.
Right? And I'm coining it Wachata because that's what it is. The problem is that these people are calling themselves bachateros. They have bachata congress, and they don't even play no Dominican music, right? And they don't. There's no Anthony Santos. There's no Luis Vargas. You'll be like, if you say Luis Vargas, they'll be like, what the hell is that, right? The new Romeos, and also they don't, and they're acting. That's another thing that I have a problem is because I talked to these bachateros, and they said we're helping, and bachata is evolving. We're helping it evolve. And I'm like, you're not helping shit. Because the moment that you're grabbing Justin Bieber and Adele and putting some janky ass bachata beat, doesn't make this shit bachata. You're taking out the blues, the soul of bachata. When you dance with these bachateros, you can't even dance. As a bachatero myself, I can't dance with these people.
Yeah.
Because the rhythm is off. So you're saying you're helping, and you're acting like bachata is dead, and bachata has never been dead. Bachata is still alive. We go to New York right now. We go to Florida. If we go to Dominican Republic, guess what? We still got the hot new bachatas.
Yeah.
There's new El Chaval de la Bachata. There's a lot of bachateros now that are dope. That are like, but these people live in this bachata bubble. That I hate going to these fucking places.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's this new one that they put Tank. I think it's Tank or some shit.
Yeah.
Into bachata.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I love this song. And they're like. I'm like, yo, there's new bachata by El Chaval just came out some hot shit. Romeo came with some hot shit. Romeo just did a whole album with Teodoro Reyes with the big bachateros, right?
Yeah, I was in that video, dog.
You were in that video. You in that Bebo video, bro. Yeah, you took his girl.
Here's what I'm saying, though. Here's what I'm saying. As far as here's the good that I think that comes from it, right? Because I see it very much from, because I got a lot of Dominican homies that are very upset about this new bachata, quote unquote, right?
I think every Dominican,
every Dominican
should be.
Like, you know, they don't want nothing to do with this movement.
Yeah.
And I think it is a little, there is that sense of this is Taco Bell to like right.
It is a hard shell taco.
It's Taco Bell bachata, right?
Yeah.
For Dominicans,
it is.
It feels that way, right?
But it is.
It for sure. It is 100%. It is. But I could tell you this, man. I could tell you this. There are so many people who even though they do like this the fusion, the new age, then they do put Adele and Usher and you know. They do that where they put a bachata beat underneath these songs, right? I know it bothers you, but that it is a gateway into like more authentic bachatas. Right?
Is it really a gateway?
I would have never known. I would have never known about. I would have never known about Raulín. I would have never known about like Anthony Santos,
if
right?
you weren't dancing this style of bachata, basically.
Exactly. But see, when I was coming up, 12 years ago, when I got into the dance scene. That's what bachata. There was no fusion. It was just bachata. And they had like maybe like Optimo and Toby Love. Chris, Prince Royce. Like those were the ones that were hot at the time. But that led me into learning all these other bachatas. With
I could see that.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see that. But and the problem is that these DJs, I feel like they're excluding themselves to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
They're not the whole point of a DJ, let's say we're gonna do bachata, their job is to be like, let me keep my ears to the streets and see what's playing. All right, I'm gonna be a dope ass DJ and I'm gonna be like, yo, this is new bachata song that's hot, and let me bring it over here to these people so these people can learn.
Yeah, right? I think that when you get closer to the DR, like in Florida and New York, and all that, you're gonna get those styles. Get that, The problem with LA is that LA is all about the pop culture out here, right? So you like the hottest songs, whatever those are, if it's Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake or they even had Billie Eilish. Like putting those to bachata backbeat.
Oh nah,
right?
Son. Hey, the DJ that plays that shit should be slapped,
bro. There's a bunch of DJs out there that start,
out here.
No, the ones that started it were from Florida.
They started from Florida.
The main DJ that started this, what was his name? His name
Bullshit.
is. I'm not playing with you. He was from Florida, dog, and they used to fly him out here. But it started in Florida. I forget the DJ's name.
DJ Oops.
It starts with the S. I can't think of it.
DJ sucks.
No. But like I'm telling you, bro, it's a lot of love in this scene. That's why it's gotten as big as it's gotten, man. Cause it's a lot of.
It's crazy how you and me are like polar opposites in this,
bro. Because I came up in it. I came up in it.
We be doing that shit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I be catching these bachateros be coming into my cigar shop dancing bachata. Yeah, I be catching the motherfuckers. Or Capicua. They go Capicua at Teteo. They were like, I'm a bachatero, but guess what? I don't body roll out here because there's mad Dominicans. That they know. They know.
Yeah. No, and I think but that's the thing, man. Like there's so much love for bachata and for this new style and when you go to these dance festivals, right?
What is your opinion? What do you think? Do you like this whole sensual bachata stuff?
Look, I fought against it when it first happened. When the movement first came, I fought against it, right? For a long time, I fought against it. Didn't want to learn those new moves. I didn't like it. I was more like Ataca and Alemana. Like, that was more my style. That's where I wanted to stay. But
what?
But when they did start coming out with, like, I want to say the second generation of those dancers, there is an incredible amount of skill and musicality that does go into this. So as a dancer in general, I understand why it's so popular. I get why people enjoy it, man. But let me tell you something, bro. It's one of those things that this is where the movement is, where this dance, this social dance movement, this is where it's at right now.
For social dancers only.
The social dancers. And primarily, in the big salsa and bachata scenes, you're gonna see this because like everything, and then there's gonna be there's gonna be a different style eventually.
First of all, and a lot of these guys don't talk about Dominican Republic,
right? They don't, and they don't because they're not repping. They're not trying to rep DR.
And that's the problem that we have. The problem that we have is we go to a bachata congress and Dominicans, we feel like left out because we're like, what's going on here? This is my culture that these people took away, and these people just completely changed this to something completely different. Right?
No, and I feel that, and I understand it. The thing, and what's crazy about it, bro, is that when you go to these festivals, it's nothing but love. That's the part of it that's hard to be against, because it brings together. I could go literally anywhere in the world, bro, and go into a bachata club where they're playing
Bachata,
bachata, whatever, right? And I can dance with person I have. There's no other way to communicate other than this dance, and we could communicate perfectly.
I could dance. I feel like I could dance with anybody.
Yeah,
even with a bachatera.
But even like salsa, like even salsa, right? Like you got the Cuban have their style.
They have
salsa,
their style, yes.
The Puerto Ricans, they got their style.
There's
New York on two.
There's also LA style.
Yeah, the one mambo, wawanko. Like there's all the different styles of dance and the different styles of dance.
Do you feel like you're saying that bachata is the same way?
I feel like bachata has become that. I feel like bachata has become this thing where you got, the roots of bachata, of course, in the DR.
You know what it is? It's also when you see mariachis, right? And I feel like, and I love mariachi.
Yeah.
I love when they fucking play that Sin ti no podré vivir jamás. Or the one that's tanto tiempo disfrutamos de este amor, sabor a mí.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these songs, the mariachi are great.
Yeah. But imagine.
But when these mariachi, and there are mariachis right now singing fucking Justin Bieber to appease to the American audience.
No, it's true.
And even though I'm Dominican, I grew up with mariachi, rancheras, and the Juan Gabrieles, and the Vicente Fernandez. Right? But when I hear this shit, and I'm like, there's people that don't appreciate mariachis and the rancheras where they come from, and I hear these motherfuckers singing that shit.
Right.
I do feel a type of way of that, because I also feel like that like not only is disrespect to the culture in a way.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like.
I hear it, dog. I hear what you're saying, but like there's always two sides of the coin. And in this, like Peso Pluma, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took the traditional music and turned it into like this modern sound.
Yeah,
right.
That's different though.
Okay, but same thing with, remember reggaeton, when reggaeton was reggaeton,
Yeah, reggaeton, yes.
and they all had the same.
You talk about we're talking about reggaeton like the Daddy Yankees old days.
Even before
Damn,
Daddy,
that's weird. Daddy Yankees like old and new. Like what is up with that motherfucker?
Daddy Yankee, he's another one who took reggaeton, and we all remember what reggaeton was, right? That was like you would only hear reggaeton at like a quinceañera or like right. Mm-hmm. And they took that underground beat, right? And then they turned it into something different. They started putting the synths in. So there was an evolution that happened. And then and then you get to Bad Bunny, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like every song has the same, like mathematically it has the same underlining beat, but it's a completely different flavor, tone, style. So it's like you can't, to me, it's kind of like people being like, "Oh man, we need like horse and buggy." And then we're over here like, no, like we just need cars. Oh, but if we get cars, people aren't gonna know how to ride horses. It's like, all right, they don't know how to ride horses.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that bachata are like the horses?
In this analogy is similar to that, because a lot of people have never even, that are in the scene, have never even heard bachata.
Yeah, then I'd rather them not hear about bachata. I'd rather that to stay excluded than have it get gentrified.
I feel that, but it's like there's no, like, the cat's out of the bag.
There's nothing I could do to stop it.
There's nothing to stop it. Like,
I can't stop it. I'll do more content going against bachata.
I mean, you could. I'm not saying you. I'm not
saying
you can't try. War.
Bachata war.
I'm not saying you can't try, bro. But it is there is something. It's like AI. Like people trying to stop AI. It's like it's gonna happen, bro. This is the.
You don't think there's a way
AI bachata you're against?
I think that if we educate these people that are these bachateros about what real bachata is, where bachata comes from, the blues, if they start respecting and keeping their ears to the street, because they're acting like they're reviving something and to revive something has to be dead. Right. And bachata is still alive. There's still new bachata coming out. If they were to respect that and put these types of music, then I respect whatever the fuck they do. And also, if you gonna dance that, fine, dance it. But like putting all these other songs and putting these basic ass bachata beats, like I think they need to stop this. You know what I mean? Like they're doing it for the dance, but they're not doing it for the soul of the music.
100%. And but you gotta figure, bro, like everyone out here trying to make money. Right?
That's true.
So that's the issue, because if Justin Bieber got a hot new song and they could put it to a bachata beat, it's gonna happen.
Then put that shit to a fucking, I don't know, reggaeton beat.
But it's the same, like it's kind of the same thing, like in bachata, right?
Yeah.
You could get a bachata song and then you could turn that into a salsa, and then you could turn that into a cha-cha-cha. Yeah. Just by the beat.
That's true.
Right? So it's kind of like this isn't something that they came up with out of nowhere. That they're mirroring what was already there. So people were taking bachatas and turning them into salsa, and vice versa, taking salsas and turning them into bachatas. And then that, just the natural evolution of things, obviously it's gonna happen. So like for me, I'm excited that so many people are interested in Latin dance now. Like I can go to a Latin dance event in Utah, Oregon, freaking Wisconsin, like all over the Midwest and different parts of the country, and not dance with not one Latino person, because it's spreading that much. Like during the 80s, salsa was huge. That's right? True. Huge. You go anywhere and dance salsa.
Worldwide, it's worldwide.
Yeah. Now that's what it is for bachata. So bachata is the big thing right now. Bachata is like, there's more bachata nights than there are salsa nights now. So it like
maybe I also feel like if us Dominicans would do more.
Yeah.
I think us Dominicans let bachata go in a sense that we didn't teach the bachatas. We didn't show other people what bachata was. I think we also took a backseat and let other shit happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, but Romeo brought it to the mainstream, and
He did.
He brought it to he turned it into something completely different. Before Romeo, bro, there wasn't bachateros selling out, crypto arena, like
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? They weren't selling out Madison Square Garden.
Well, as a matter of fact, there was Juan Luis Guerra, y'all. Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pa. You know that song is about sex, right?
Yeah, bro, come on. It's
and he's like mad Christian.
Yeah.
That shit sound mad sexual.
Yeah, bro.
Quisiera ser un pez para tocar mi nariz en tu pecera.
Bro, it's hilarious.
Y hacer burbujas de amor por donde quiera. Oh, pasar la noche entera mojado en ti. I'm like, you a nasty motherfucker.
Hey, but it's poetic.
Yeah, it's the poetic way to eating pussy. That's Am I right, Andresito? Andresito, Andresito here. Él es dominicano. What do you think about this whole bachata conversation? What's your opinion?
You gotta give him a mic, dog.
Yeah.
Welcome, Andresito, to the pod.
Welcome to the podcast. This is my podcast, our podcast, basically.
Basically.
We can do what the fuck we want.
Exactly. Dale, what's your opinion?
Okay.
Y'all can share that one. There's a real Dominican.
With Andresito here.
Yeah.
Otro dominicano, Andresito, dime qué es lo que tú piensas.
He said, did somebody say the bachata? And he came in the door.
He's sitting on the sideline. Let's do this whole bachata conversation.
Yeah.
Let's get another Dominican opinion.
Well, like, I understand your point of view, and I also understand your point of view, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I can't dance. What's it called? Bachata? Like, I can't dance. Like,
Spanish bachata. Yeah.
No, we're coining it.
You're coining it. Wachata? You gonna piss off a lot of people, bro.
I don't give a fuck. They already pissed us off.
All right.
and the thing is, I love bachata. Like, I love this in bachata, like, with a passion. ¿Tú me entiendes? Entonces, so when I went to one of, what's the name of it? Bachata? The other bachata.
They call it sensual bachata.
Okay, sensual bachata.
For the rest of this conversation, we're just gonna call it sensual bachata.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the
Bachata
sensual
says what?
bachata. I went there. You invited us, and I did try to dance with this girl, and it's like I was lost.
Yeah.
And I felt like shit. I was like, this is my bachata. You know what I mean? I can't dance bachata. I can't dance this type of bachata, and it was like awkward because I really did try to like do the movement and everything.
Yeah.
But I was lost.
Yeah.
And it felt so awkward. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I love bachata.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do have a point because I feel like it was also nice to hear my music, to hear bachata, and to see everybody around dancing. You know what I mean?
Y casi no había dominicanos.
No, that's true. Yeah, there wasn't. I even danced with a white girl.
Yeah.
Like, she was trying to learn, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to learn too.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But I do also understand your point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I love traditional bachata. It's like a feeling cuando tú estás bailando con alguien, and it's like, I don't know. It's like you can't really.
Yeah, it's like home for you guys.
Yeah.
So
it
reminds you of like the backyard parties, and I respect it. And I respect it 100%. I respect it. But appreciate your opinion though.
Thank you, Andresito. Andresito, coño. Ya, vete de aquí. I didn't know this podcast was gonna be like a whole ass bachata.
Bro, it's funny because I knew at some point we would talk about this. I didn't think it was gonna be the first episode.
We needed. You know why? Because it's I think this is such. I did a bachata video that went viral.
Yeah. A Wachata video.
A Wachata
it was called
video.
Wachata versus Bachata.
Bachata, and I feel like in the community is brewing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pushbacks. There's a lot of the fighting back and forth. The Dominicans, like we're Dominicans are not happy about this.
Yeah, they're not. Dominicans are not happy about this.
And rightfully so.
Right, 100%.
Rightfully so. It's like when white people took rock and roll from black people.
Yeah.
You know, was it rock and roll or blues? I don't know what it was.
R&B.
Every music, right? And it feels like that now, and it's happening the same way with these Spaniards and these people that never cared about the music, and now they all love it. And I understand Andresito. Andresito was like, I was at that party where they were dancing bachata and we were dancing bachata, and people were dancing bachata, but they were not dancing our bachata. They did not put any Dominicans bachata that night. They even had a nigga come out there and play with the fucking saxophone. Right?
That's the homie. Antonio Bliss. Shout out Antonio Bliss.
I called him a nigga. He was a white guy.
He was
He's a gringo.
white.
He's white.
He's white, but he's talented.
Talented. So even that night, and even when I go up to them, be like, yo, can you put Anthony Santos? They're like, no, they're not gonna play no Anthony Santos that night. And this is the fucking godfather of bachata. That's like the man, the king. Yeah. That's like saying like we're gonna have a fucking pop night, and we're not gonna play no Michael Jackson.
Valid.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And that's how come you felt uncomfortable in dancing that night, because it also feels like that soul is gone, and that's why us Dominicans, we dance for that soul. We feel that soul. Ese amar que when a motherfucker goes like maestra, you know, de sedúceme. I'm not a singer, but I'm fucking it up. But you get it.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite bachatas.
Right? And he goes like, oh, voy pa allá. You know what I'm saying?
Voy a buscar.
Yeah. La mujer que me domina. Yeah. Sounds toxic. Yeah. It's a toxic music, but toxic as fuck. But that's why I feel, and Dominicans feel all the same way, because when we go to these places, there's no soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, it's interesting, right? Because I feel like when you learn a new music, you need somebody to show you how to love it. You get what I mean? Like I remember I was all into like rap and hip hop and all that growing up, right? Because that's what everybody around me was listening to. They introduced me to that. But I met these two dudes, Brian and Zed, and they were hella into R&B. So when we would drive to work together, they would only play R&B in the car. And they introduced me to that music. They showed me how to love it. They showed me how to hear it, how to listen to it. And I think that's what's missing out here, is that there's not a whole lot of Dominican people out here on the West Coast to begin with. So like we never got introduced to bachata from your perspective, from that way. You see what I'm saying? Sense. So all we had was Romeo and Toby Love and you know, Optimo and those, you know, like the newer sounding, the stuff that sounded like R&B, it sounded like hip hop, right? And that's why people gravitated more towards that type of music. So it's more, I'm not gonna call it ignorance, but I just think they haven't had the opportunity yet to learn, you know, the history of it, to learn like the OGs.
I think the way that Dominicans would be happy with these people is stop with these damn remixes, right? And keep your ears to the streets. Listen to what's playing out there, because it's still alive. You know, keep your ears on the East Coast and see what's new. That's your job as a DJ. That's what DJ Drama was back in the days when they had the mixtapes and 50 Cent was coming out. DJ Drama, all that stuff. You got your mixtapes from the DJs from the streets, and you're like, oh man, this is a new song. Your job as a DJ is to see what's out there so I could play it for the people. I say these people got to stop with these damn remixes. Right? Learn about it, and also us Dominicans, we have to take responsibility, and that's the way that we could come together. We do have to take responsibility, like you just said, and let's show these people. Let's come like, yo, you know what? This is what it is. Let's have a bachata night, a Dominican bachata night. Y vamos a amargarnos los dos y a beber, porque eso es. ¿Tú entiendes? There's the history of bachata, right? Bachata was outlawed in the Dominican Republic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
During the Trujillo era, right? So you were getting eso era de bajo mundo, right? Eso era de cabaret. People would get in trouble for listening to bachata. The dictator Trujillo didn't like people playing bachata. He was like, you cannot play bachata out here. And this man was feared that if you went against Trujillo, you were killed. And then, so we would have to listen to bachata hiding. Do you see what I'm saying? So we have a lot of trauma with this genre of music, that the only way that bachata blew up is when the Dominicans went to New York and they missed their country, because a lot of those cats that went to New York were campesinos. And you have the freedom to listen to bachata in the open. That's how we spread it, right? So, and it came from black people. It came from Afro-Dominicans. You see what I'm saying? So it's having that history, and we know that. We went through that. We went through the ups and downs of bachata, and then to be turned into this gimmicky Justin Bieber, Adele type shit. You know what I mean? It kind of messes with us in a way, right? So we wanted to be respected, right? And if you want to do your own mix, do something dope. Do something great. The one that changed the shit, that made something great, was Romeo Santos. He changed the sound. But he kept the essence. You know who else did something great that changed the essence of bachata, that hit it worldwide and had his own style? Juan Luis Guerra. He's like, yo, I created a different fucking sound, but I still respected this craft. And I made it beautiful. Talking about eating pussy.
Well, look, I don't know that it's gonna go that way, because, like I said, the cat's out of the bag. I don't foresee it going back, any other way. But I don't think that it's impossible for Latinos of all sorts,
to come
together and create, something new, because like salsa was a combination of all these Latin rhythms, right? Together.
Mambo, song, merengue.
So maybe this is the precursor to something new. that happens that isn't exactly bachata, but it has its roots in it.
Maybe this is a completely new genre.
That's what I'm saying. And
I could see that.
I think it could be. Because it's like the dance scene isn't going anywhere. It's only getting stronger and stronger. Like, everybody knows somebody that's dancing salsa, dancing bachata.
Yeah. It's like a virus.
Kizomba. Yeah, all these others like a virus.
It's like a virus.
But there's we're all better for it. It's a better community because of it. So no set, bro. I'm a I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be out here body rolling on the dance floor, but whichever way the wind blows, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna not enjoy myself at a dance festival.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I go to
look when people eating Taco Bell, I don't go in there and slap the taco out of their head. You know what I mean?
So, where you should. These hard shell tacos. Yeah. Why nobody has sued Taco Bell for that?
Bro.
Pero si me pagan por una propaganda,
ain't nobody worried about it.
These hard shell tacos are amazing.
Mexicans working back there anyway.
That's crazy, because the
our first episode.
The first episode.
First episode all about bachata.
All about bachata.
It's gonna be called Whack Chata. That's gonna be the name of the episode.
Whack Chata versus bachata. And I think that we need to talk about this. This is what we're doing. We're talking about the community, right?
100%.
This is what this podcast is about. We talk about what's going on in the world, the community. It is what it is, and we're gonna talk about it. And this is the first episode, and so be it. And there's gonna be a lot of shit that we're gonna be talking about.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Make it happen. All things Latino.
All things Latino.
All things Latino.
Oh, I like that. All things Latino. We got a new name for the podcast. All things Latino.
Every episode we have a new name. Yeah.
The sign is gonna change next week. Every episode we're gonna have a new name for the podcast.
No, I'm excited because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of topics we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about Latinx, right? We gotta talk about Latinx.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about what that means, where it came from, who's accepting of it, who's not. Most people I know are like, shut up when it comes to Latinx.
True. Yeah.
We gotta talk about those things. What it is to be Latino American, in today's America, and how that's changing, how that's evolving.
I love that.
Our representation or lack thereof in Hollywood. I got very strong opinions about that.
Yes.
So I mean, all things Latino, I think we'll definitely talk about. We'll have people come on, comics, actors, other artists, but again, with Latinos centered in our conversations and how we could I guess come together as a community and
I just got this time, bro. I just got another time.
It look good in your room, though. It look good in your room. The Gadiel del Orbe show. You tell whatever girl you're with. There you go. Yeah, there. You tell. I'm
gonna take it. I put it in my bedroom.
There you go.
It's showtime.
There you go. Yeah.
All things Latino. I love this. I love this podcast. I love this episode. Tell us what you guys think. Leave the comments. Give us 5 stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen to it.
Listen to it. Share with your friends and family.
Yo.
We'll bring back Andresito. Yeah. We excuse him because, by the way, he would look today. Nos vemos, mi gente. Los quiero mucho y gracias por apoyar el primer episodio. Vamos a seguir adelante. Los quiero mucho. Yo soy Gadiel del Orbe. Sígueme en Instagram, YouTube y toda esa mierda. Y this is East Marquez Islos.
Islos Marquez on all socials.
Yes.
Follow me, hit me up, send me comments, whatever it is.
It is not that Marquez is not his last name, is his first name.
It's my first name, yeah.
He has 2 last names.
Yeah, Marquez Acuña, that's my name. But I go by Islos Marquez.
Yeah.
Find me on IG, hit me up.
Lo mataron ese tipo.